Hey everybody, so I have a cedar here. This is a tree that I dug up from the backyard. It does not look super pretty right now. This is one that I did trim it a while back just to shorten some of the branches, and then I put it in this pot just to let it grow. Let it get some size to it, let it get some options on it, and I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with this tree just yet. I don't know if I want to do like an informal upright where you got like a pad here, a pad down here, a pad here, something like that, or if I want to do the top of the tree, make it just the top of the tree to where it's kind of leaning over, and then get rid of all this stuff on the bottom, make some deadwood features down here. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet, but I think I'm going to go through, I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to look at it. I'm probably going to use this branch as a deadwood feature, so I'm going to take off all of the foliage on it. Leave a few of the branches, the longer portions of the branches, kind of like this. See that? Hopefully you can see that over here. Like this. I'm going to just leave the branch like this for now. And then I've got my next branch up right here. It's long. It's got just some growth on the end of the branch. I really think I'm just going to do the top part of the tree on this one. So I'm going to take this stuff off too. So most of this doesn't look very good as it is. Do that to this branch also. So I'm going to leave that much of the foliage on there, the top stuff. I'm going to take all this stuff off. So I'll get all this dead stuff off here. Kind of thinking of leaving some foliage on a couple of these branches and wiring them out to where they look good. As this tree being mostly foliage up on the top here, we can wire some of these branches and then eventually make these into pads. I'm wondering if I want to wire this branch, make all of this into deadwood, just have a branch down here and a branch up here. Might do this, just keep this branch and turn all of this into deadwood. Kind of messing around with some ideas here. I don't have that branch at all. I cut it off there and save that, because I could grow that into a tree. Might save that. So if you have any ideas of stuff that you guys want to learn about and know anything about it, I'll definitely do a video on what y'all want to learn about, because that would help me learn about stuff too. So everything on the inside of the bends, like the bend of the branch, so this right here would be the inside of the curve. Right here is the curve. So I'm going to take all this off that's on the inside of the curve. Alright, so what I'm going to do is set some structural wiring. I'm going to start at the bottom of the tree. I'm going to go up to the top of the tree. I'm going to wire these two branches together, and I'm going to use the trunk as an anchor for the work. Wire around here. And I'm going to measure it kind of like this, give myself, so I have enough extra that it's going to be able to do the job, but not so much extra that it's going to waste it. This piece I'm not going to wire the foliage here. I'm going to just wire the branch out and kind of let the foliage grow and thicken up a little bit. I kind of want to showcase the deadwood over here and have a little bit of foliage down here. And then I'm going to go up here. I'm going to bend these two branches together. I'm going to do very similar this way I did the other one. Wire out, go around the back of the trunk here. And measure it out, because these were pretty good length, so I'm going to do it to where I've got just a little bit extra on either side here. I'm going to go up through the bottom of this. I'm going to go around the trunk here. Always make sure you're watch your eyes with the wire. You want the wire to be evenly spaced around each branch. Gives the maximum holding power. You want it to be tight on the branch. So that it holds it where it's supposed to be. And I'm holding the wire and the branch, but I'm holding mostly the wire out here because I don't want to damage the bark on the branch. And if you use the branch as leverage, you're gonna damage the bark of the branch. So you don't want to use the branch as leverage on small branches like this. Some of the really large branches, you might be able to get away with that, but not on the small branches. It'll definitely damage the cambium layer on the branch. I'm going to skip over this branch, over the top of it here, because it's on the bottom part of this branch. So I'm going to stop right here, because I'm going to wire these two branches also together. And wiring this one up to here will give this branch structure from this wire, and it'll help to give that branch structure also. want to bend it away so that this branch can be its own branch right in here. Kind of doing some really crazy bending on this tree right this minute because I'm going to let this grow out, and once these branches grow out, this branch I might turn into deadwood also. I might actually take some of these ones off altogether. I'm going to shorten this one. I might shorten it by breaking it off, if I can break it off. When you break a branch off, it looks more natural. You always want to turn the end of the branch out. And this will all start growing upwards. I'm going to really make this one bent right here because it's already bent right there, but I want to make it look really bent. And I'm going to kind of twist this. I want to twist this to where it's level like that. So I'm going to turn this part of the branch upwards. I'm going to use mostly holding onto the wire to twist it. I'm going to twist it out. Alright, so I've got this branch right here. It's on the side of this. So I want that to be part of this composition here and fill in this pad. So I bent the tip of the branch clear over here, and then I'm going to bend it to where the end of it points up, down a little bit, and that's where it points up just like that. And then this one here, bend the tip of it up just a little bit. I'm going to lay this down just a little bit here, and then bring up the falls. And I'm actually grabbing the wire right here to pull this up. Kind of like that. I want this up a little bit higher. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit. Okay. And I'm going to trim the ends of these. They were trimmed previously, and they don't look so good at the ends of the branches here. Because the cedars are a lot like junipers. If you cut behind the foliage growth back here, this won't grow. It'll stay there most of the time, but it just won't grow. So. I'm gonna let the top of the tree kind of just grow again and not wire it. I like how the branches are kind of going upwards here. That'll be the two main structural branches. But I'm going to trim these back. Alright, so I'm going to look at this, just kind of look at it so I can see it from the right angle. So this branch looks super crazy. Really don't like it. it doesn't add, really it's just blocking a lot of stuff that the branch has got to go. I'm gonna keep this part of the branch though, because it's structure for that branch. So I don't want to completely get rid of that branch because I need the wire to hold up this branch. But I'm gonna cut this off right here. And I'm using my wire cutters because of the wire. I don't want to dull my branch cutters. Alright, so I did leave a little bit of green on there. Get rid of this branch too. Alright, so I'm going to make some deadwood here now. And the way I'm going to do that, I have pliers. I don't have gin pliers, which that's what deadwood is called. This is gin. I don't have gin pliers, so I just use some small pliers that I got. Basically what you're going to do with your pliers or gin pliers, and mine I did file them or grind them to where this is flat and a smooth section right there. So basically you just smash the bark on the branch, just work it all the way down the branch, you smash it, and that breaks the bark off of the woody part of the branch, separates it basically. And all you have to do is just go back and peel it off. Pretty much just comes right off. And if you're working with junipers or pines, you want to wear gloves to keep it from getting your hands all full of sap and sticky. It's not a bad idea. So yeah, just grab the bark and pull it off just like that. I use my fingernail to pull the bark off because I don't want to damage the wood, because I don't want it to look like I took the bark off. You don't want it, I mean, you shouldn't want it to look like you took the bark off. You want it to look natural. So using your fingernail, you're a lot less likely to put scars or scratches in the bark, because once you take the bark off, that branch dies and it's not going to heal or repair itself. So any scratches are going to be scratches forever. And then once you get to the main part of the trunk, you want to be careful with ripping it off, because you don't necessarily want to damage this part of the tree because of the living tissue that's above it. If you just gently pull it, it typically tears off right about this area. And then you can leave this stuff here, you can leave that until later, until it actually dies, and you can go back and just pull it off. But the bark definitely comes off, like all of this bark comes off easier when the tree is alive. So it's a really good idea to take the bark off right after you've defoliated the branch. Like I said before, these smaller branches typically don't stay, so if you just rip them off, that looks natural, because that's a natural tear, and that would be something that you would find in nature. So if you want them to look natural, just grab the branch and just bend it backwards and tear it off. You can even roll the larger parts of the branch off too. It's starting to get really hot in here. I have the door closed so the chickens don't get out, or the little chicks. We got some new chicks. All of our larger chickens got eaten by something. Not 100% sure what it is. But I think we lost about 20 chickens. So we got a couple of new chicks. And we got chickens that get bigger than the other ones too. So maybe they can look out for themselves a little bit better. That would be awesome. But yeah, I don't want them to get outside yet. I want them to hang out with me so that they get used to me, so that they don't run away when I come up to them in the yard. Because I like to let the chickens roam free during the daytime. Obviously, I put them up at night. That's when most of the predators are out. This spot right here is pretty hard to get into, so I'm going to use the tool. Just get it started. There we go. Sometimes I'll just leave that part too, just to, because it'll eventually fall off. You can kind of feel it crunch when you grab the branch and squeeze on it. You can find it, or you can feel it when the bark is broken free. It doesn't take a lot of pressure to do so, but you can just, when it smashes, you can kind of feel it. I'll leave this one a straight cut for now. I want it to die off before I break it. So after you wire the branches and they're in the position that you want, then you can go back and take this stuff off at the top and the bottom. If you need to, like this piece right here is on the bottom now. And one thing that I was told is, say the foliage is growing in this direction and you wire the branch and this is upside down, you want to make sure and turn it right back, or right side up, because you don't want the bottom of the foliage isn't what was growing up. I don't know exactly all the science behind it, but it definitely decreases the health of the tree if stuff is upside down. So yeah, I really like that. That's starting to look pretty cool. There's a good chance that I'll leave this here and build this as a branch over here, And then I don't know if I'm going to bend this later. If I'm going to, I need to do it in the near future. So I'm going to let this recover, find out what this starts looking like, and see how well this thickens up or grows, and decide whether I want to bend it over here like this, or see whether I want to bend it out here. Let me know what y'all think, and like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Here's my little chicks. So darn cute. Look at them. So, two brown ones, this guy and this guy here, they're gonna be, an average sized chicken. But the black and gray ones, those are all Jersey Giants. So they should get a pretty decent size. Hopefully they'll be able to protect the other chickens from whatever predators are eating them. My tripod's all up in the way. There we go. So yeah, those guys are so cute. Alright, thanks for watching.